On February 18, 2025, the city of Lawrence, Indiana, became the focal point of yet another incident of alleged police brutality. The encounter between Lawrence Police Department officers and William Jerome Armstrong, initially a seemingly routine traffic stop, spiraled into a maelstrom of violence, raising serious questions about police conduct and the use of force. The incident, captured on police body cam footage, has since ignited outrage and reignited a national conversation about police accountability in the age of viral videos. The incident unfolded in a Walmart parking lot near Pendleton Pike. Officer Roberto Santiago approached Armstrong's vehicle, which was parked in a fire lane. While the initial police report claimed Armstrong approached Officer Santiago aggressively, the body cam footage contradicts this account. The footage shows Armstrong standing near his vehicle. A verbal exchange ensues and the situation quickly deteriorates. The release of the body cam footage has sent shockwaves through the community and beyond. The footage has been widely circulated online, sparking outrage and calls for justice. The incident has also drawn attention to the power of viral videos in holding law enforcement accountable for their actions. As the investigation unfolds, the nation watches, waiting to see if justice will be served. The body cam footage, released to the public amidst mounting pressure and scrutiny, paints a disturbing picture of the encounter. Officer Santiago's demeanor is aggressive from the outset. His language is laced with expletives, and he can be heard threatening to fuck Armstrong's night up. This immediately sets an antagonistic tone, escalating the situation rather than de-escalating it. Armstrong, though visibly agitated by Officer Santiago's tone, does not appear to pose a physical threat. Despite this, Officer Santiago's aggression persists. He moves to handcuff Armstrong without clear justification. The situation rapidly spirals out of control, culminating in a physical altercation. Officer Morgan Lowe arrives on the scene and joins the fray, further escalating the situation. The footage shows Officer Lowe kicking Armstrong twice while he is on the ground. He also attempts to deploy his stun gun. Officer Santiago then unleashes a barrage of punches, striking Armstrong at least 10 times. The footage is graphic and deeply disturbing. It raises serious questions about the training and protocols of the Lawrence Police Department. The officers' actions appear to be a clear violation of Armstrong's civil rights. Their use of force was excessive and unwarranted, particularly given that Armstrong posed no immediate threat to their safety. The footage has sparked outrage and demands for accountability. The incident involving William Jerome Armstrong is not an isolated one. It is emblematic of a larger, systemic issue of police brutality and racial profiling that continues to plague communities of color across the United States. The excessive use of force by law enforcement officers, often against unarmed black men, has reached epidemic proportions. These incidents erode public trust in law enforcement and perpetuate a cycle of fear and mistrust. The Lawrence Police Department has placed Officers Santiago and Lowe on administrative leave pending the outcome of the investigation. However, history tells us that this is often a mere slap on the wrist. Police officers are rarely held accountable for their actions, especially when the victims are black or brown. This lack of accountability breeds impunity, emboldening officers to act with reckless disregard for the lives and well-being of the communities they are sworn to protect and serve. The community of Lawrence is demanding answers. They are demanding justice for William Jerome Armstrong. They are demanding an end to police brutality. Protests have erupted, with residents calling for the firing of Officers Santiago and Lowe. The community is demanding transparency and accountability from their elected officials and law enforcement leaders. They are demanding change. The incident in Lawrence underscores the evolving role of technology in holding law enforcement accountable. Body cam footage, once touted as a tool for transparency and accountability, is increasingly becoming the catalyst for public outrage and demands for justice. The proliferation of smartphones and social media has created a new era of citizen journalism, empowering bystanders to document instances of police misconduct and share them with the world. The viral spread of the body cam footage in the Armstrong case has brought renewed scrutiny to the actions of the Lawrence Police Department. The footage has been viewed hundreds of thousands of times online, sparking national outrage and calls for justice. The public pressure, fueled by the undeniable evidence captured on video, has forced law enforcement officials to take swift action. Without the body cam footage, it is likely that this incident, like so many others, would have been swept under the rug. The Armstrong case highlights the growing importance of body cams in holding law enforcement accountable. However, it also underscores the limitations of technology as a panacea for police brutality. Body cams are merely a tool. They are only as effective as the policies and practices that govern their use. Moreover, body cams alone cannot address the underlying systemic issues of racism, bias, and lack of accountability that continue to plague law enforcement agencies across the country. True justice requires a fundamental transformation of policing in America, rooted in principles of justice, equity, and respect for the sanctity of all human life.